Okay, and so one thing I didn't mention on the last video was the indifference point from outsourcing. And that's when the cost of making is the same as the cost of outsourcing. Then you can choose either one. Okay, so that's when you would then rely on your qualitative factors to make your decision. The last special decision is selling as is or processing further. Okay, so I look at the example of, say, IKEA, where they have their furniture all unassembled. They've decided that selling it unassembled, they can sell it for cheaper. And so the additional revenue they would get does not cover the costs of assembling it. Okay. So what we look at is how much revenue is generated if we sell the product as is, how much revenue is generated if we sell the product after processing it further, how much will it cost to process the product further. Another example I give, and this, I know this is bad, I go to Jewel and I know it's expensive to buy the fruit cut up in the little bowls, and that costs more than if you were to go and just buy the fruit and take it home and cut it up yourself. But I get pretty lazy sometimes and I end up not cutting it up. The fruit goes bad and I throw it away. So that's why I am willing to pay for the extra money to get it cut up. So, right, that's the example. Should you just sell it as is, sell the fruit as it is, or process it further, spend the time cutting it up, and then you can charge more money and cover the costs of paying the worker to cut up your fruit. So our incremental analysis, we look at the revenue of selling it as is, the revenue to process it further. We have to subtract the extra cost of processing it further. So if the increase in revenue is more than the cost of processing it further, then you should process it further. If it's not, sell it as is. Right? So that's our decision tree, right? Compare your extra revenue to the extra cost. If the revenue is more, process it further. If the costs are more, then don't process it further and sell it as is. So that's our last special decision.